hope you're having a great day. I hope you had a great weekend. Today I'm going to talk about smart fasting. Okay, before we get into this video, I want you to remove everything that you have in your mind around fasting. Will it help me lose weight? Will it help me reverse diabetes? Will it help my cancer get better? Will it help me with acidity? Forget about all of that. We're going to go back to the basics and understand that when we start to learn how to fast, all of these things are going to fall into place automatically. Your energy levels are going to change. Your sugar levels are going to get better. Of course, everyone's different. You're not supposed to jump off your medication and use fasting as a replacement. But eventually, if you do fasting the smart way, according to your body type, not according to what your friends are doing, not according to what social media does, puts you in a box and says do 16-8. Why not 15? Why not 17? It's great to have some kind of a benchmark, but everyone out there has a different amount of hours that works for them and works against them. So if you've never fasted before and if you're scared, we're going to learn how to start. A lot of you will say, hey, 12 hours is useless because you're comparing yourself with your friends who are doing 16, 17, and 18. Maybe you'll reach there. Maybe it's not necessary. The idea is when you fast, what happens within your body? What happens within your mind? You will only know when you try. Fasting could be as little as 8 hours. If it's your first time, you're scared, finish your dinner. The earlier the dinner, the better it is. Let's say you finish your dinner at 8 o'clock at night. Wake up in the morning and you eat your breakfast, if you eat breakfast at 8 o'clock. You have 12 hours of fasting. That's beautiful. That's therapeutic. You did a good job. Let's say you're hungrier earlier and you wake up at 6 and you eat at 7. Okay, you did 11 hours. You still fasted. What if I had my lunch at 2 o'clock and my dinner at 6 o'clock? That's a 4-hour fast in between. If I snacked, if I had sugary beverages, I messed up the fast. I wasn't fasting. Fasting is a break to your entire body and your system. Yes, there are therapeutic fasts which can be longer for therapeutic reasons. But if I'm just starting off and I want to learn how to fast the right way, it's very simple. Go at your own pace. The best way to do it is have an earlier dinner if you can. The earlier your dinner, probably when you wake up in the morning, you're not going to feel hungry. So let's say you had your dinner at 8 o'clock. You wake up. 8 o'clock in the morning, you're not hungry. Fast till 9 o'clock. Now that's 13 hours. You're still not hungry. Go to 14 hours. You'll find your average over time. You need to break the patterns that you're used to. But just because you're used to having breakfast at 8 o'clock or used to having breakfast at all, it doesn't mean you need to do it. You need to be physically hungry. Most people say, Luke, how do I know when to stop fasting? Well, believe me, social media can't tell that to you. You have your own intelligence within your body that's telling you. Now, let's say it's 11 o'clock and I start to get really physically hungry, not emotionally hungry. I'm physically hungry. I'll still wait for 10 minutes. If the feeling passes, it's good. But if the feeling continues, I'm ready to break my fast. My body is asking me to refuel. It's asking me for nutrition. Sometimes I do a therapeutic fast, maybe 24 hours. It will be difficult at the 18th hour, 19 hours, but I'm doing this once a week, once in 2 weeks. I'll push through safely. Safely. So you see, the more you compare yourself with what people are doing, the more impossible it's going to be to fast. But I can guarantee you one thing. How do you know if you're fasting the right way? Number one, your energy levels will be spectacular. Spectacular. Number two, your mental focus is going to increase. Number three, over the next couple of days, your cravings for stimulants like tea, coffee, sugar is going to decrease. Number four, your appetite starts to get a little bit smaller. Forget about weight loss and inches. Don't even bother about that. Master fasting first. These are all the side effects, the pleasant side effects of fasting. Your sugar levels get better, your triglycerides get better, you start to burn fat if you're fasting the right way. The point is, be consistent with what you're doing. You can do 12 hours. I know thousands of people who do only 12 hours consistently, and they get more results than people who do 18 hours, but in an inconsistent way. I know people who align their fasting with their circadian rhythms, which means early dinner, as close to sunset as possible, and you will only eat after sunrise, whether it's 1 hour after sunrise or 4 hours after sunrise, compared to someone who has a late night meal, starts fasting at midnight, 1 a.m. in the morning, goes on for 18 hours and keeps changing the cycle. 12 hours. Sometimes it's quality over quantity. Most things in life are quality over quantity. So you need to understand that whether you're 90 years old or whether you're 18 years old, you have the ability to fast. If you're trying to mimic other people, copy other people, remember, you're different. You're bio-individually different. You're unique. 16 hours may work for your friend. Maybe 14 hours works for you. Maybe 18 hours works for you. You will only find what works for you when you do it mindfully. Listen to your intuition, intelligence. An app cannot tell you how long to fast. An app doesn't recognize uniqueness and bio-individuality. It's great if you want a time tracker, but honestly, I think we should use our brains more than being reliant on apps to track everything that we do all the time. And our intuition. Some days you'll fast for 12 hours. Some days you'll fast for 14 hours. It's different all the time. Let's say you worked out your legs heavy or your back heavy, and tomorrow morning you feel hungry a little earlier. Break your fast. Your body's asking you to refuel because your activity yesterday was different. How can you keep it the same when your body's dynamically changing? Sometimes when you're sick, you'll find you can fast longer because your body's intelligence cuts appetite. So it is supportive of fasting. So the best thing to listen to is yourself, your own intuition, your own intelligence. Now, there are some people who cannot fast. Please be mindful of that. You're a kidney patient, you have very, very fluctuating blood sugar levels, whatever it is. Listen to your doctors. There's a place and a time for everything. Or maybe you want to decrease the length of your fast. The point is today everyone's jumping onto trends and fads and trying to copy, and it remains a trend and a fad without any results. My point is, eat well. Your body gives you the best indicator. When you're truly hungry, you should eat. Now, if you follow this tomorrow, you realize that your entire schedule gets disrupted. If I start to eat only when I'm truly hungry, my timetable is going to change completely. No dietitian in the world, no doctor, no scientist, no influencer, no lifestyle expert can tell you better than your body. Your body eats a meal, assimilates the meal, breaks it down, absorbs the nutrients. It will do all of this. And when it's ready to ask for more fuel, for more nutrition, it creates hunger. It creates a craving. And then you eat. It's like your body, like a baby cries and the mother feeds the baby. It's an intelligent mechanism built in by nature. We want to depend on an app and a dietitian or a doctor to tell us when to eat. No, your body tells you when to eat. So try it for a week. Try to figure this out for a week. So when I figured this out for myself, I like leading by example, I realized that lunch is not my main meal. I'm the least hungry at lunchtime. My breakfast may be at 10 o'clock because I'm breaking a 14-hour fast. My threshold is anywhere between 12 to 14 hours, and once a week I could do 24 hours. It changes according to my travel. It changes according to how many patients I've seen and how much mental energy I've given. It changes according to my physical workout. So I'm anywhere between 12 to 14 hours, sometimes 13. And then when I eat my breakfast at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, I'm not hungry sometimes till evening. And why should I eat if my body is not asking me for food? And when I follow that cycle, it's incredible. Your energy levels. But we're like, oh, it's lunchtime. Eat mindlessly, even if we're not hungry. I'm not saying skip a meal. Sometimes if you're not hungry at a meal and you know you're going to get into meetings, eat, but eat much lesser because you're not hungry. So why should you eat the same quantity? You see, these are the basic fundamentals. What I'm telling you literally doesn't cost you money. It's common sense, it's free, and it's not expensive. Everyone is different. According to the emotions you feel today, so will your appetite be. So you can't have a piece of paper telling you how to eat and when to eat. You can get knowledge about the kinds of foods, food synergy, molecular nutrition. All of that is great. We can always learn more and more. But if you just try this, and I want everyone to try this, this is my challenge to you for the next 5 days. Find your fasting threshold. What's your average? Introspect. Am I pushing myself blindly because I'm aping someone, I'm copying someone? If it's making you feel good, great, continue. But if not, why are you in a box? Why are you in a box of 16:8? When your body's so dynamic, it could be 17, it could be 15, it could be 12. So even if we have senior citizens listening to this today, your longevity and health is how much you fast. Have a small meal at dinner. Have a large meal if it suits you. And then fast for 12, 13, 14 hours. Whatever you're comfortable with. Your body will tell you when to eat, when it's truly hungry. And if you ignore that, now you're putting stress on the body. Your metabolic rate will fall down. You'll start wasting muscle. You'll have digestive issues because your body's asking for food, but you're not giving it. You see, we do many things out of habit. So my request to everyone is mindfully look and build your own fasting schedule. It's not rocket science. And if you're on medication, immunosuppressants, of course, it's not the right time for you to fast right now. You know, speak to your doctors, speak to your professionals. Today, a lot of our chemotherapy patients, they fast before chemotherapy. It is insane how they feel energetically and how the side effects, literally, some don't even have side effects or they're minimum. It is unbelievable how we can use fasting in so many different ways, but do not blindly copy people because we're individual. You can never copy people. A lot of people out there try to copy other people's behavior thinking if I behave like that, people will love me. It doesn't work. Why? Because you're different. A lot of people think if I dress like her or him, I'll get respect, but you don't. Why? It's not about your dress. You're different people. We have to stop copying. We have to stop getting into all of these fad trends and reels because they seem amusing and your mind is searching for shortcuts. Your mind is searching for shortcuts all the time, and that's why you chase shortcuts and instant gratification. And it never works because there are no shortcuts in life. Whether you like it or not, there are no shortcuts. So I'm asking you today, you may be that person out there who's really sick right now, and the doctors have given up on you, said that we have no medicine, there's nothing we can do, we don't know what it is. Fast. Let your body's intelligence reharness. Maybe you're eating too much. Just start the fast, 8 hours. Easy, 9, 10. Build up and then be consistent and watch the intelligence of your body kick in. It is incredible. Incredible. The reason why fasting is not pushed is because it becomes an obstacle to a lot of pharmaceutical drugs out there. I'm not saying it's a replacement, but a lot of people know what fasting can do to people. We have people who have fasted away their type 2 diabetes, literally. They have 0 type 2 diabetes only with fasting. We've had people whose migraines, headaches, autoimmune conditions are better. All of that stuff. It's a huge threat to food companies and farmers. It doesn't mean that we don't need this. You know, my patients are on medication as we speak right now because it's saving their lives. There's nothing wrong with that. But my point is, what if you integrated fasting with your conventional medical plan in a safe way? And what if you started to get better? And because you're getting better, your doctor reduces your medication. Now you're healing. Now you're recovering. Now you're moving from treatment to recovery. Treatment can be chronic. Recovery can be progressive. So it is so important for us to know this is a medicine you're born with. Fasting, like nature, like the sun. We have it. We can use it. We can all use it right now. But what stops us from using it? Because it's free. Anything that's free is taken for granted today. It's not valued enough. There are thousands out there fasting and their lives have changed at every level. All I'm asking you is to start slow. Be smart. Don't make it a competition. Don't hurt yourself. Don't do it the wrong way. What is fasting? True fasting is water. That's it. No juices, no lemon water, no coffee. Anyone can fast on a stimulant. Anyone can have 2-3 cups of coffee and extend their fast. My point is, okay, try fasting without coffee. So even if your fast comes down from 16 hours to 12 hours because you got the coffee out, that 12 hours is better than your 16 hours. The simple common sense behind it is coffee is a stimulant. Coffee raises your adrenaline and your cortisol. Why would you want to do that in a fasted state when you're fasting and resting? Why would you add cortisol? So the point is, there's a place for coffee. I don't have a problem with coffee. It's therapeutic. It's healthy. But if you're fasting, do it the right way or don't do it at all. It is water if you're wet fasting, and if you're dry fasting, it is no water, no food. So there's no green tea, there's no black tea, there's no black coffee, nothing. Fast the right way. You should be operating on cellular energy. If you're operating on caffeine all the time in your fasted state, it's not real energy, it's a stimulant. The crazy energy levels that you want to feel and the therapeutic values of fasting will come when you're operating on cellular energy. So like I said, drop out your coffee and maybe your fasting period will decrease. That's okay. You want quality over quantity. So my challenge is simple to all of you out there. Start building in your fasting. Try it tomorrow. 8 hours. Start with 8, then move to 9, move to 10. Find your average. Be consistent with it. Your life and your health is going to change in incredible ways. Have a great day, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, breathe deep. And remember, you care. It's all about you.